So, uh, so Rawls argued that political liberty must be fair value, not just formal existence. Voting without influence, participation without, in last three uh, 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 so-called election, 2014, 2018 and 2024, we have seen that voter could not influence their choices, assert their choices in the elections, because they are voterless elections. Voting without influence, participation without impact, these violates justice as fairness. In Bangladesh, political rights exist, but their value is unequally distributed. In slide 12 please. Amartya Sen teaches us that justice is about what people can actually do and be. Citizens may possess rights on paper, yet lack security, dignity, and voice. This is not simply institutional failure, it is capability deprivation. So in the question answer session, if I get time, I can elaborate more, because I'm running out of time. So just I am articulating this, the capability deprivation, because for explaining this, this would take more time, capability approach theory. So let's go into slide 13. Lived justice, like I brought an example from my MPhil research, that slum inhabitants. My earlier research in MPhil on slum communities reveals this vividly. Slum dwellers face eviction, environmental risks, and political invisibility. They are citizens in law, but outsiders in governance. Justice fails most where people lack the power to demand it. 14, slide 14 please. One of the most dangerous outcomes of the system is the emergence of responsibility voids. I call this time as responsibility void. So decisions are made, harm occurs, but no one is accountable. So this feature I have termed as responsibility voids. Power circulates, responsibility evaporates. In slide 15, Sen reminds us that democracy is not only about elections, it is government by discussion. But can I? But deliberation has vanished. Parliament weakens, dissent shrinks, and debate dies. Without discussion, democracy loses its soul. So, in slide 16, Rawls was, slide 16 please, Rawls was uncompromising. No social benefit can justify injustice, because no majority can sacrifice minority liberty. Justice is non-negotiable. So I propose a shift from power-preserving politics to freedom-expanding governance. This means rebuilding institutions in three ways. One, restraint. You have to build institutions where you can restrain power, because incorporating the countervailing power, expand capabilities, human capabilities, and restore public reasoning. I call this capability-based constitutionalism. Bangladesh democratic crisis is not inevitable. It is the result of choices that can be reversed. Justice can be reclaimed, but only when governance serves freedom, not fear. Thank you. Thank you all.
Salihin. Present? Rosario? Political agency in contested states and empirical analysis of structural barriers, digitalization and the prospects for democratic youth engagement in transitional Bangladesh. Jake Parvez Rosario and Asif Mohammed Salihin, lecturer, Political Science, Ministry of Education, Bangladesh, and candidate. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning. My name is Jack Parvez Rosario and my co-author Asif Salihin is absent today because of his personal reason. The name of my article is Political Agency. The name of my article is Political Agency in Contested Space, an empirical analysis of structural barriers, digitalization, and the prospects for democratic youth engagement in transitional Bangladesh. So, this research examines why politically our youth are disengaging from formal political institutions during a critical democratic transition, as we also observed July revolution in 2024. Huge number of students went to the street, participated in the movement, but when it comes to the party politics, like we have different political party in our country, they are not engaged, that much extent. So that is why I wanted to find out why they are not engaging in formal political institutions. Historically, youth have driven political change in Bangladesh. Recently, youth were central to political mobilization, yet their participation in formal institutions like student politics remains low. This creates a clear paradox. Actually, this is my main point of my article. They are participating informally, but when it comes to formal politics, they are not engaging. So I have one main research questions, and there are some sub-questions. So this study asks 4 questions, focusing on the nature of youth participation, barriers to engagement, the shift to digital platforms, and possible institutional reforms. And then comes to theoretical framework. So I have applied here civic voluntarism model. Civic voluntarism model tells us that we need 3 things to engage in politics, which are resources, psychological engagement, recruitment networks. So, and I complement this with theories of partisan capture, chilled participation, and connective action. Then the methodology. This study adopts a mixed methods approach, combining a survey of 506 students with 20 in-depth interviews. Qualitative data were analyzed using SPSS, while qualitative data were thematically analyzed. So now I'm going to tell you the key findings. That is the participation gap. So here you can see that 82% report no formal participation, and only 17.6% engaged institutionally. But all of them were politically aware and they discussed about politics. So this is the participation gap, high awareness but rational withdrawal. I mean, they are aware but they are withdrawing themselves from the formal politics. Now, why this is happening? Look, here I've got fear of violence. 57.9% participants have responded that fear of violence deter themselves from engaging in politics. Then 43.9% thinks it's a risk for career. Then 48.4% they are feeling unsafe, and 58% see student politics as party dominated. So as they are seeing their offline political participation risky, they are shifting towards the digital agencies like Facebook, WhatsApp, then X, other social media. Here we can see that 32.4% prefer social media over campus politics. Because of why? Because they think that digital platforms has low risk civic space rather than offline politics. And that is why participation shifts driven by safety, not apathy. I mean, students are consciously moving from offline politics to digital platforms. So in discussion part, I have discussed that I found out that my study confirms civic voluntarism model under risk. I mean, there were three components I have already said to you. There are resources, then other things, and two components were okay with our country's politics, but the last components were not okay with our country politics, and that is why my study confirms civic voluntarism model under risk, and then violence plus career risk suppress engagement, and digital media acts as democratic safety valve. That means the students or youth people are taking digital media as their safety valve in engaging politics. Okay, I have some strategic recommendation in my paper that departisanize student politics, that ensure campus safety, restore student electoral integrity, formalize digital civic engagement. If we can implement this recommendation, and our youth will more engaged in politics, in formal politics. And in conclusion chapter, here the study recommends the youth disengagement is structural, not motivational. Democratic transition depends on de-risking participation and rebuilding institutional trust. That means if we can rebuild our institutional trust, and if we can create environment that is more safe for the youth, then they will engage more and more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jack Parvez Rosario. His valuable presentation. Next participant, Jisan Soki, authoritarian regime under digital space, threats and opportunities. A case from Pakistan. Jisan Soki. You will join online from Pakistan.
Hello, this is Jisan Soki from Park Education Society Pakistan Development Network, and My title of my paper is Authoritarian Regimes Under Digital Civic Space, a Case from Pakistan. And under this study, we intend to analyze the authoritarian regime in all over the world with focus towards Pakistan. What are the key current dynamics of authoritarian regimes under digital civic space? How the civil society movements and campaigns are growing through digital space? What are its implications and key factors affecting the authoritarian regime, and how government is trying to control this growing digital civic campaign with particular focus towards Pakistan? What are the key merits and demerits? How much it is politically motivated and its impact on political landscape and society in case of Pakistan and other South Asian countries. So actually, under this study, we intend to analyze the authoritarian regimes that are growing all over the world. Right now, most of the part of the world is under the under the authoritarian regimes, and which is a great threat for the democracy all over the world, especially South Asian region and Pakistan. And right now, foundation freedom of expression is worsening in 44 countries, including El Salvador, Myanmar, Afghanistan, India, Pakistan. In these countries, we have so much restrictions to freedom of expression through social media and through different methods. So, methodologies. Under this study, research methodology we adopted, we use the empirical data as well as the secondary data received from secondary sources like VDEM dataset, VDEM reports, Civicus reports, ACLED data, and Freedom International reports through desk review and online contents and through periodical and reports sources. And apart from this, we also conducted in-depth interviews and expert opinion surveys, focus group discussions, and site observations. So, and under focus discussion, focus group discussions, we organize different groups of different opinion makers like journalists, civil society leaders, students, teachers, and then receive their views about their insights about the authoritarian regimes in Pakistan, and especially in the wake of the digital civic space. And we also received qualitative and quantitative data through questionnaires and this through focus group discussions. So, and then analyze the data and then to come a conclusions and draw a policy recommendation. Findings. We have the findings that in Pakistan, authoritarian regimes are not only growing in all over the world, but especially in Pakistan. And digital space is playing key role in promoting accountability among the civic institutions, among the government institutions, and raising the voice of the less privileged class who are marginalized in Pakistan, that those who do not have access to resources, and there is some discrimination against some groups in getting resources and gaining power in the politics. So, this digital civic space is really a media which empower the less privileged people, youngsters, and students, and those who are unable to get the economic activities in the country. So it's a very powerful tool, and government is trying to restrict this tool and trying to restrict the internet in Pakistan and social media, because you know that we could not see the huge gatherings and protest while we have
Please-
seen an active
Please summarize.
active role of
Can you- 2
students
minutes.
and civil society leaders and less privileged class through social media, through civic media. So these are the findings that it's a very key tool that helps the less privileged people and the students, youth and others to raise their voice for the rights and for the economic empowerment and to make accountable the civil society, civil bureaucracy and our rulers in Pakistan. So sometimes these kind of civic activism or digital civic activism is politically motivated, but many times it is really a frustration from the youth and from the people and from the less privileged class against the government agencies and government and the political parties. Actually, sometimes the government restrict the internet and they want to control the internet, social media in Pakistan. They want to filter the information and they restrict the access to the different portals and they filter the information and sometimes internet shut down in the countries because they feel that they are really some sort of threat for their government and their establishment, their agencies. So it's really disturbing the people, and sometimes it negatively impact on the economy because many students, many young professionals and those who are unable to get the employment in the country, they are getting employment and they are working as freelancer through different foreign companies. So it really negatively impact on the trade and business also when the government restrict the internet and internet shutdowns that causes the huge loss of the economy and trade
Mr.
on the
Jisan,
people.
please can you finish within 1 minute? Please can you summarize it?
Recommendations. So it is ensured by the government that the social media platform will not ban. Internet shutdown will not happen. Government agencies will not filter the data and restrict internet access, and it is fundamental rights of every citizen. No harassment and punishment from security agencies will happen to citizens due to digital civil society campaigns and uses. Sometimes we have witnessed in our Pakistan the government agencies, FIA and other agencies really harass the people who are active in civil society campaigns, who are exploring social media platforms. It's really a threat for the people who are raising for their rights and for empowering the less privileged class. So we really recommended our government please to ensure the free access of internet in our country and avoid to filter the information and internet shutdowns and all these kind of things. So it negatively impact not only the civil society campaigns and movement, but also economically is a deficit for the people who are doing business and doing some sort of freelancing work and some business and all these things. So it's a great barrier in our growth and our development, etc. Sometimes these kind of internet
Thank
shutdowns was happened due to elections period and some time of security reasons. It is acceptable sometimes, but most of the times its main purpose is to restrict the
Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jisan Choki. Your next participant call korbo. Next participant Tahia Taharim. আর the moral mind of civil society, ethics, empathy and civic education in democratic reconstruction. Please, Tahia Tahrim.
Hello. Yes. Conclusion. Yes, Pakistan experienced frequent internet shutdowns and slowdowns, often due to government orders for political events like elections or security concerns, causing major economic disruptions, alongside technical issues from damaged submarine cables. In 2024, Pakistan had its highest number of shutdowns ever, impacting services.
Yes, Mr. Zishan Choki, we have got your point. Thank you.
Yes.
Good morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tahia Tahrim, student of Psychology and Philosophy both from University of Dhaka. Today I will present my paper, and my paper's title is The Moral Mind of Civic Society, Ethics, Empathy, and Civic Education in Democratic Reconstruction. So, rebuilding a democracy is not only about rules, elections, and institutions. It is also about people. It depends on the moral mindset of citizens, meaning the shared sense of ethics, empathy, and civic responsibility that allows democratic life to work in practice. So the focus or core question of my paper is, how do ethics, empathy, and civic education foster the moral dispositions required for democratic reconstruction in transitional societies? And of course, my context is Bangladesh, because Bangladesh has faced repeated tension between democratic promise and democratic fragility. So the methodology I have followed qualitative method, and it's philosophically synthesized, and I have done the analysis. It's conceptual analysis of classical and contemporary theories, and contextual analysis, and my context is Bangladesh. The theoretical foundation of my research paper is Virtue Ethics of Aristotle. I have followed Nicomachean Ethics of Aristotle and his civic virtues. So according to Aristotle, virtues can be learned, and that can, for example, that is justice, courage, etc. Okay. Then the great German philosopher Immanuel Kant, and I have followed her classic book, The Metaphysics of Morals, the critique of pure reason, practical reason, and judgment. And of course, he focused on the universal principle of human being. Then the discourses, ethics of Habermas, and he mainly focuses on respect and legitimacy. Okay. There are more contemporary concepts like empathy. I have learned it from psychology, and empathy focuses on other people's opinion and how they see the world. So in democracy, I believe it's a part of person. Okay, so here is the most prominent definition of ethics, and ethics is a normative science, and it discusses about human beings' conduct who are living in the society, and this science focuses on the good and bad, right and wrong, and in some similar ways. And also what we should do and what we should not do as an individual and as a member of a government. So the key findings of my research is I have combined empathy and ethics and make it the core to civic virtue. So here I want to tell that ethics gives us direction, of course, because it tells us what is good, what is wrong, what is right, yes, and meaning a sense of justice, rights and duty, and empathy gives us connection, of course. The meaning we emotionally recognize others as a part of our moral community. So by that, a citizen will be more productive and supports democratic norms better. And in my second findings, I see that a civic education shapes ethical and empathetic citizens. It's not about only civic education doesn't mean only memorizing constitutional facts, rules, regulations, and laws, but respecting disagreement as well, understand other people's mind, and respecting it, accepting it, and understanding the self as well. So I want to quote here the Socrates that proverb that know thyself, and want to add here my own what to say, it's a very big word to say, not my own opinion, but I think that knowing others is also important. Okay, so in my third findings, I have noticed that if a person or a citizen is empathetic and follow the ethical perspectives, okay, so he will be the democracy's living and what to say, living structure or infrastructure. Okay, so at the end, I want to conclude with this word that democratic reconstruction must be seen as a moral project as well as a political. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much for hearing me. And I'm all ears. If you have any question and opinion, I'm ready to answer and receive it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tahia Tahrim. Please welcome Prof. Vice Chancellor, Jagannath University, Professor Rezaul Karim.
Thank you so much. We would like to welcome our one of our inaugural speaker, Professor Dr. Rezaul Karim sir, the Vice Chancellor of the Jagannath University. Please raise your hand and